You know, there's a period in every single creator's life and every ambitious person's life that really defines their entire future. And here's the thing, it's not loud, it's not celebrated on social media, but it is absolutely essential. Today, we're talking about entering what's called the silent season. So let's just start with a really tough question. I want you to look at this and just be honest with yourself for a second. How long are you going to keep performing for an audience that doesn't actually care about your future? I'm talking about the people who hit like but has zero skin in your game. Seriously, facing this question, that's the first step. Because this thing we're fighting, it has a name. We can call it the validation killer. It's that gnawing need for likes, for comments, for shares. It's basically an addiction to applause that feels great for a minute, but in the long run, it's the very thing that keeps you from doing the deep, meaningful work to unlock what you're truly capable of. And that addiction, well, it leads you right into something called the performance trap. It's this really subtle but dangerous place where your real passion just fades away, and most of the time, we don't even realize we're caught in it. Here is the absolute hearts of the matter, the fundamental difference we have to get our heads around: performing versus building. See, performing is all for the audience. It's about looking like you're working. Building, that's for the work itself. It's about creating something real, something solid, especially when no one is watching. So do any of these sound a little too familiar? Constantly refreshing your phone, hunting for those likes, measuring whether you had a good day based on online applause? Or what about that hollow, empty feeling when you post something you're proud of and crickets? That is the trap in action. It's when you start chasing external validation instead of your own internal purpose. Okay, but what happens when you finally decide to escape that trap? Well, that's when the real challenge kicks in. You step off the stage and you enter a much, much harder phase, what we call the loneliness of the trunch. This is the stone-cold reality of doing real work. The glamour is gone, the audience has moved on, and it's just you. It's this crushing loneliness, putting in the hours day after day with absolutely no one there to cheer you on. Man, that silence can be deafening. But listen, and this is maybe the most important thing I'll say today, that trench is not there to break you. It's there to prove you. This lonely place, this is where you find out what you're actually made of, far away from all the distracting noise of public opinion. So how do we get through this proving ground? It's not about just toughing it out. It requires a conscious, deliberate change in how you operate. It requires a tactical shift. Now, the strategy itself sounds really simple, but trust me, it's one of the hardest things you can do. You have to be willing to just disappear. Not forever, just for a season. You make a choice to step out of the spotlight, to trade that public performance for some private practice. And this is the transformation we're talking about. You go from seeking applause to just focusing on the work. You trade this public, fragile identity that's totally dependent on what other people think for a private, unbreakable identity that's driven by your own purpose. And I really need you to hear this loud and clear. This silent season is not a punishment. It's not because you did something wrong. It's a strategic act of protection. You're building a fortress around your vision, around your calling, to keep it safe from the premature judgment and the distractions of the outside world. So, what are you actually doing while you're gone? What happens in the dark? You focus on one thing and one thing only: building your stack of proof. Okay, the rules for this season are pretty straightforward. Rule number 1, no grand announcements. You don't get on and talk about the big thing you're about to do. You just do it. Rule number 2, no behind the scenes content. You have to resist that powerful urge to post those trust the process updates. The process is for you, not for them. So with all that gone, what's left? Just the work. The raw, the gritty, the difficult, and the completely, totally uncelebrated effort that nobody sees. Because that's what you're creating. You're not creating content, you're creating proof. Tangible, undeniable proof of your skill, of your dedication. You're building an accomplishment so real, so solid, that when it's done, it won't need any introduction. You're building it brick by silent brick. And this brings us to a final, really crucial way to reframe this entire journey. This isn't just you hiding away in a lonely room. I want you to start thinking of it as your interview for greatness. Think about it like this for a second. The silence, the loneliness, all that uncelebrated work, it's all an interview. Greatness itself is interviewing you to see if you're worthy. It's testing your commitment when nobody is watching. It's asking, do you love the work enough to do it just for the work itself? And if you pass that interview, this is the path of your rebirth. It's 4 stages. First, you disappear. Second, you build in private. Third, you emerge, not with a promise, but with undeniable proof. And finally, you let the results do all the talking, and you shock everybody who wasn't paying attention. So let's be perfectly clear about the new objective. The goal is no longer about being seen. The goal is to become so damn good that they can't possibly ignore you. It's about building something so powerful that the applause becomes a simple byproduct, not the prize you were chasing. And that really leaves us with just one final question. When the likes are gone, when the comments dry up, when it feels like the whole world is not watching, will you still show up to do the work? Because honestly, your answer to that question, it's going to define everything.